Hello and welcome to the Tomcast. I'm Tom, president and dictator for life of 515comics.com. I want to talk about embarrassing myself and being mean. Let me go back. Last weekend there was a little comic show, a little art and comic show at the local comic shop near where I live. I went to go and see some of my friends who I knew were going to be there and had tables, and also to see if I could meet some other people. And I did meet some other people. I met some other comic people who are some of my favorite kind of people, which is great. I had a moment during the show where I did something that I'm trying not to do anymore. Well, let me just tell you the whole story. So I talk to one of my friends, and then I introduce myself to a woman who's there promoting a comic that she's working up a pitch for, and it's really cool, and I really like it, I'm very interested, and she gives me her card, I'm looking at all of her stuff, I'm like, this is really neat. I was very excited to see more of what she had, so I saw that her website was on the card. Great, cool, I'll check it out online. Moving on down to the next table to talk to another one of my friends. We were carrying on and laughing and having a grand old time. She's talking about how she wants to redesign part of her website. And we get to talking a little bit, and I mentioned that I think I am too old for Tumblr. I said, as just kind of a joking remark, whenever somebody tells me about their comic and then I see that they have a Tumblr website, I'm just like, I'm not gonna read that. And I said some other disparaging things about Tumblr very loudly. At the time, I noticed that the woman that I had been talking to before I went and talked to my friend glanced over as we were talking about Tumblr. I didn't really think anything of it at the time. I said all these disparaging things about Tumblr, and I really don't like it. Like, I just don't like how it's laid out, and I think it's bad for, like, trying to read things in order, like a comic. But anyway, I get home after being at the show for a little while longer. I'm looking at the cards that I picked up from people that I met for the first time, and sure enough, that first woman that I talked to only has a Tumblr site. So here I am saying that I'm basically like discounting anybody who uses Tumblr right after I met someone and said, I'm very interested in your work and I really want to see what you're doing. And then just like within the span of 5 minutes, say very loudly to someone else, whenever somebody tells me they got a Tumblr site, I'm like, yeah, whatever, and then I don't ever read it. Like, it's just, it just made me feel like kind of a jerk, and I wish that I could apologize. The thing that I really need to do is just make sure that I don't say mean things like that unnecessarily. I could have just as easily said, you know, I don't really care for how Tumblr's laid out, and I just don't really understand it. And that would have been fine, but I had to go out of my way to be mean. Like, I was trying to be funny, and arguably, I thought it was pretty funny. But that doesn't matter. The point is that I said something I didn't need to say that was mean, and ultimately I ended up alienating someone who I had no intention of alienating. And it was just sort of a quick reminder of like, oh yeah, that can happen anytime. It's not that you can't say things that you feel are true, but there's really no reason to be mean about stuff. I'm not beating myself up about it, it's just, I feel bad that I can't apologize right away, because I don't know this person personally, and I don't have a good way to contact her. And like I said, I don't have a Tumblr. And who knows, by the time I cross paths with her again, because I'm sure she'll come to other Iowa comic shows, perhaps she will have forgotten about the whole thing. Maybe she didn't even hear what I said. Maybe I am making a mountain of a molehill, but it did sort of like wake me up and make me realize, you know what, Tom, you don't have to be mean about stuff when you don't have to be mean about stuff. Feels good to share that with you guys. Anyway, thanks as always for watching. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you later.